Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. We've got Denver and the East All-Stars. And it's the East All-Stars with the ball. Now let's take a look at the Nuggets opening lineup. Filling out the wings, it's Foy and Gallinari. Wilson Chandler out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Moutier in at the one spot. And he gets the bucket. Wall's got the opening bucket of the night here for the East All-Stars.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Greetings, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports. I'm Ernie Johnson, and it is my pleasure to be with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Tonight, it's the Houston Rockets as they'll be playing against the Denver Nuggets. Looking at Denver, they're looking to come out strong and make their mark early. They have to look at this game as a great opportunity to do just that. Always a show being put on by...
It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. Hi, this is Kevin Harlan, joined by my partners Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg. A battle in the Western Conference. This Houston crowd hoping to watch their Rockets come out on top. Now the starting group for the Denver Nuggets. Filling out the wings, it's Foy and Gallinari. Wilson Chandler out there with Kenneth Faried. And it's Moutier in at the one. It's rebounded by Houston. Now perhaps one of the most intriguing draft picks of this past summer, Emmanuel Moutier, can be a game-changing player. Was going to play, Clark, as you recall, at SMU for Larry Brown.
He sure was, and went overseas instead. So we don't know a ton about him other than his reputation is sterling. Now we'll see if he can live up to it.
And so the Houston Rockets get the first points of the ball game. Faried inside. He's guarded by Howard.
And that's a well-contested shot.
Well, we've seen him before. He does not allow you to just get easy baskets. He's always going to make you work for it.
And they call the 8-second violation. Too much time getting it up court. On defense, the Nuggets. Ariza passes to Howard. There's the bucket. Good. And so here's Denver. 4-point game. Foy dishes to Gallinari. The 17-footer. And again, Denver no good.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Here's Ariza. Rebounded by Faried. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes played. Nuggets have gone 0 of 3 from the field to start the game. Lawson kicks to Howard. Shoots from 14. That's a miss. He's made one and missed one. Here's Denver now. Searching for their first points of the game. Here's Fareed. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle on a lot of contact there.
You know, Kenneth Fareed was named to the NBA All-Rookie First Team 4 years ago. Took the league by storm with his energy and hustle. Looked like the sky was the limit for him, but every year since then, his numbers have looked very similar.
That free throw, no good. Getting back to Fareed, the numbers through last season tell a very interesting story. His field goal percentage has gone down every year, while his free throw percentage has gone up every year.
Yeah, his rebounds, assists, steals, block numbers have all stayed relatively flat. You know, he's making a positive contribution, but maybe not at the level of that contract extension he signed back in 14.
The Nuggets missed the postseason again last year. Never really had a good look at it and just fell in back of the pack.
And it's the second straight year of not playing playoff basketball in Denver. This coming on the heels of 10 straight bursts between 04 and 13.
Now, here is Foy. Baseline jumper, and that misses everything.
Yeah, scoreless here early after their first 4 shots. They right now are searching for a bucket.
And the whistle blows as the basket counts, and a 3-point play chance right here. 1 free throw coming up.
And, you know, for Denver, historically, they've enjoyed a lot of success for a long time. I mean, missing the playoffs consecutively might have been the wake-up call they needed to try something different going forward.
And listen, it's sometimes really hard for teams like the Nuggets to know when to rebuild. So while they weren't quite sure what they had coming into last season, by the end of it, they had a clear idea of what direction they needed to head into for the future.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
Just trying to get a break in the action to clear some heads here. I mean, they've gone ice cold, and not a bad idea to give them a little quick breather.
Yeah, they needed the timeout here. Anything to try to get them to forget about the missed shots and get themselves back on track.
And that one misses. Like last season, we saw Mona Eunice make some nice strides.
Yeah, a big uptick in his scoring efficiency, Kevin. Both his shooting from beyond the arc and from within the arc increased.
Deflects the pass and stolen by Howard. And now it's Lawson running. He can go all the way. Finished off the break.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
They're losing their concentration here, guys. Some sloppy play going on right now.
Yeah, 2 turnovers in a row, and that's always a recipe for disaster.
Now about 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. Howard kicks to Lawson. 11 feet away. That's good. And so Howard with the assist.
And Montañez actually showing a newfound post repertoire there. I mean, he's deceptive. He has hooks and pump fakes, little up and unders. The Rockets look to him for offense when they weren't playing through Harden.
Denver calls timeout.
And Montañez is a very confident player. I think where he can still improve is his rebounding and defensive impact. With a 7-foot frame, he's got to learn to play like a 7-footer.
The Nuggets trail by 10. Randy Foy is on the way. Looking to end the run. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
And now that the seal is broken, maybe their shooting will start to improve.
Yeah, I don't think they really wanted to have as cold a start as they did, but maybe that'll break the ice and they'll move forward in fine fashion from here. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this.
Out of of bounds. Denver takes possession. And the Rockets making a change here. Brewers checked in. Denver also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Kenneth Faried. And it's Hickson in for Wilson Chandler. Well, looking back on last season, you could see the Rockets were tough at home. They just were relentless at going at teams.
Yeah, how about a 30-11 record last year? And a lot of close ones for them, but that home crowd at times could just really will them to victory.
As it did help in the series against the Clippers last year in the playoffs. And the Rockets making a change here.
Patrick Beverly.
Now, here is Gallinari. He's covered closely. Marked down low that time, and he got the 3-second call.
And, you know, for Houston's wins at home, a lot of it had to do with their three-point shooting. I mean, they shot an average of 35% from behind the arc at home, but kept their opponents to under 30% on the year in Houston.
The Nuggets making a switch here. Nelson's checked in. Now, here's Beverly. They get the rebound.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out. And guys, this is what makes Houston so good and why they've been so good for so long. In the last 31 seasons, they've only had 2 losing seasons. Only team in the league to do that.
Will Barton, he's checked in for Denver. Now here's Beverly. And Jones now atop the key. No good. And the Nuggets going the other way. Hickson with the ball. And it's Harden picking him up. It's taken away by Brewer. Out of bounds. Denver takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
.109 left to play in the first quarter. The Nuggets trail by 8. Poked away. And oh, here we go with Brewer. Nobody back. Here's Beverly. It's deflected. Now Gallinari. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Rockets leading by 8. Harden outside. Nurkic with the steal. The Nuggets have gone 2 of 6 from the field. Gallinari inside the three-point line, and he gets it back. Misses off the left iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
Jones in the post. Denver grabs the miss.
Boy, I tell you what, guys, he's an extremely strong finisher. I'm surprised he wasn't able to power that through the defense.
But they get it back. Nelson outside. And Rockets head coach Kevin McHale talked about the offensive force that is his James Harden.
His ability to make the
Zigging and zagging and juking and jaking to boot, man. With Harden's speed, Clark, it must seem like he's running downhill while you try to guard him.
Yeah, it does seem that way. He plays downhill for sure. I mean, he's relentless, Kevin. Kind of like gravity in a sense.
Right.
Ever present.
Yeah. All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. And a look at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Rockets.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
So out there for the Nuggets right now, Faried and Nurkic in the middle. Foyle is out there with Moutier, and it's Chandler in at the 3 spot.
One thing about Corey Brewer, he's a defensive specialist, has a combination of size and quickness. It's real hard to score against. I mean, equally good at defending in the half court or transition.
Lays it up and banks it in. And it's an 11-point Rocket lead
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team.
Here's Lawson. They lead by 11, the largest margin of the game. Nurkic with the steal. And here is Chandler. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Moutier, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza.
Denver calls time.
Time called here. The Nuggets decide to talk it over. Well, guys, before last season, Trevor Ariza signing a 4-year, $32 million deal with the Rockets. Big free agent get for the team.
And, you know, they wanted to re-sign Chandler Parsons, Kevin, but with his departure, in comes Ariza, and Trevor is a quality replacement. I mean, a terrific wing defender, and he's a nice spot-up shooter as well.
Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Poked loose and out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Denver ball.
The Nuggets trail by 11.
And, you know, you compare their games. Ariza a bit more limited maybe offensively than Parsons, a few years older, but he's also a better defender and also better at playing without the basketball. And remember, you got 5 guys out there, only 1 ball. Sometimes your chemistry can improve when a guy doesn't need the basketball to be effective.
Now Fareed, after Monty Eunice's three-pointer wouldn't go. Out of bounds, Houston takes possession.
Rockets ball. Rockets call timeout.
And Houston calls their first time out of the game.
And, you know, for the Rockets, a nice pairing with James Harden and Trevor Ariza. Ariza, a spot-up shooter and defender, while Harden arguably the premier offensive creator in the league. I mean, they really complement each other well.
Rockets leading by 11. Nurkic with the steal. On the wing, Chandler. And out of bounds as the Rockets gain possession. Houston's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. In the corner, it's Brewer. Goes up on the wing. Rebound by the Nuggets. Fareed's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Foy with it. He's got 6. Brewer with the steal. Lawson. The full court prayer falls off target. The Nuggets trail by 11. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Chandler.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Rockets have gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Denver with a tough year last season. A lot of losses for them on the road as they would go, Clark, only 11-30 away from the Mile High City.
Yeah, and Kevin, they ended the season on a 5-game road losing streak as well. I mean, they had mostly given up at that point as they had tried to develop young players, and it just kind of blew up on them down the stretch.
James Harden, he's checked in for Houston. And Denver with a change here, too. Gallinari, he's checked in for Yusuf Nurkic. Now, here is Lawson, covered by Foy.
A big problem for the Nuggets last year is that they just couldn't hit shots away from home. I mean, they finished in the bottom 5 in terms of field goal percentage on the road.
Tipped away. So it's Denver now. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Jones comes in for Monty Eunice. And it's Patrick Beverly in for Ty Lawson. They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And trying to find a way to get some traction, they've got to make the most of every possession here.
Yeah, 4 points off the miscues. And you're right, Clark. They've got to limit those mistakes.
And the Rockets making a change here. Capella's checked in. Nelson's checked in for the Nuggets. And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back.
Hey, I've got one more note on the Nuggets and the road. I mean, when you shoot as poorly as they did, as you mentioned, you start to lose some confidence and second-guess things. It's a lot harder to fight through shooting slumps like that in somebody else's building, no doubt.
The Nuggets trail by 15. Here's Gallinari. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot two. That's on Terrence Jones.
Really was a slow start for Gallinari last season. Took him a while to get back to speed after missing all of the 2013-14 season with that torn ACL.
Gallinari did get better and better over time. I mean, he improved. He started to get back to his former self near the end of the season.
Yeah, had that huge 47-point explosion towards the end of last season. And listen, he's still a young guy and hopefully can continue to build after his injury woes.
Nelson against Beverly. Here's Chandler. The shot, no good. And it's Houston the other way. And out of bounds as the Nuggets gain possession.
Nuggets ball.
Here's Nelson. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Now, here is Gallinari. It's tipped. It's stolen by Jones. Here's Capella. And that's going to be a turnover. They call him for 8 seconds. The Nuggets trail by 14. Nelson outside. Lets it go from 11. And the shot no good, a bit short.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
The Nuggets have gone 1 of 6 from the field in the second quarter. It's been a rough period so far. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
They have constantly shot themselves in the foot this quarter with all of these turnovers.
Very simple. You can't score if you can't maintain possession. And the Rockets have lost out on some free agent wars the past few years. They have remained competitive, but you wonder what could have been if they landed or kept some of those big names.
That'll be a 5-second call.
And that'll make a pair of turnovers for him in just the last few minutes. So he's got to be a little bit more deliberate with the ball out there.
Here's Hickson. Pass to Barton. The three. Rebounded by Capella. And there's the 8-second call as they can't get it across half court in time.
Yeah, this is not about charity, folks. That's his 4th giveaway already. He's letting his guard down out there.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And those turnovers starting to pile up for him in this quarter. I mean, he's got to focus a little better and take care of the ball. Squeeze that orange.
That'll be a 5-second call.
Nuggets ball.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
You know, you hate to blame anybody, but those turnovers are a big reason why they're down.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time. be a 5-second call.
Sloppy is the only way you can describe his play thus far. Just way too many turnovers.
Unable to get the ball in bounds. They get called for the 5-second violation.
That's 3 turnovers in the quarter for him now, and I think he's got to wake up out there.
That'll be a 5-second call.
It's been a really sloppy quarter for him, guys. He's piling up the turnovers, and that's hurting his team.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
Well, those 5 turnovers, more than you like to see